chemicals in my hair.
Available?
Mm-hmm. I am live.
Live.
Say something.
Say something.
Da, 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 da. You go live. You go on and you see.
I'm looking for it.
I'm there. There should be a actually a you should get a notice on my.
There you are. Now you're there.
Yeah, am I brushing my hair? Yeah, am I brushing my hair? Ah, we even got some people here. Hello. We got 13 people here. Hi, guys. I just got out of the pool. I'm wet. It's like really hot here, so we're a little bit early here, but that's okay. I try to get early if possible. You might see my hand moving around, but if you do and I go, oh, or ouch, I'm really sorry. My hand is still bothering me. Like I said, we're a little early, but that's okay. So I guess before we get really started into anything, normally I'll pull cards for people, but I don't have any cards. So I guess I'll tell you some stuff that's going on. First thing is a lot of people have been asking me about Shannon videos, if there's any new Shannon videos coming up. And, oh, my hand. Oh, how's my hand doing? I've been having treatment on it. I've been going for ultrasonic treatment and physiotherapy, and it's not doing much better. They're probably the doctor's talking about maybe doing something else with it. I don't know. And as far as the Shannon stuff goes, I want you to know that we are working on some of that. She's actually like, she's the one too is going, hey, come on. So that's coming up. I also wanted, and I guess when more people are here, I'll mention this too, is that so last time some people were like bombing, Ken is just Ken, and he's trying to do all the comments. And last time a few people were bombing him in comments. I think he kind of made some of them invisible so you guys weren't bothered by them after a while. But like they were asking the same question like a zillion times, like they had it on cut and paste and blah, 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 blah. And so please don't do that, because then he can't read other people's stuff. And we're going to try to get everybody in, okay? And, and we can only do so many. And if we don't get to you, please don't get upset or angry. Even if you've like come here like 2 or 3 or whatever, or you've been coming for months and I don't get to you, I'm really sorry. I can only get to the people who spirit gets to me. And I'm sorry. I can only get to people when it happens. And I'm really sorry about that. But be consistent. Keep coming back. And eventually we'll get to you. Okay? Does that make any sense? And so I guess we'll keep it light a little bit until more people get here at 8 o'clock, because this wasn't scheduled to start till 8. And do you want to say something, Ken? You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
I know you guys like, just wanted to know, of the people who saw Ken's video, what did you think? And what do you think too about doing some of the people who are on the darker side? Is that something that you were that you liked or you were interested in, of people who saw them? Anybody? I know it's going to take a minute for people to type in. Oh, and thank you for everyone who said really nice things about the channel and about us, and everyone who's been wonderful supporting me about my hand and sending all those wonderful things and all those healing wishes and prayers and everything. I really, really appreciate it. I really wish you guys like live so close so I could visit and invite you over for coffee, COVID free, and all that other stuff, because you guys are so wonderful. You guys are so special. Everyone says, oh, nasty people are online. You know what? Yeah, maybe there are, but not you guys. You guys are like the most wonderful people. I found the most awesome people online. It's like if if anyone said terrible people online, I'm going to say, hey, you guys don't know where to find the good people. I found them. You guys are so, so great, and anyway, so what do we
I'm just looking for a first question here for you.
okay, let's start. I guess we might as well start questions. We're close enough. We got 9 minutes, so unless anyone else has something. Did I catch everything I needed to say about
The bombing, yeah. Oh, the money thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I just wanted to say too, we had some people who I don't want to say complained to me, but talked to me about they had made donations. They had bought what do they call them, stickers or whatever, and they didn't get their answers, and they were really mad. One person actually got really steamed because she sent, I don't know, $5 or something, and we didn't answer her question. She was really, really mad. And I just want you guys to know that even if you send something and we don't get to your question, I'm really sorry. But the fact is that from now on, we'd like all of you to think, and this is how we want to think of it, is that if you do a super chat, don't one of those sticker things, we're super grateful, and we see it as a donation to keep our channel going. We're going to put it towards equipment. We're going to put it towards, we actually got a better microphone with some of the stuff you guys sent. See, let me see. There it is. We got a better microphone with some of this, with the money you guys sent us. We're putting it back into the channel, and but we want you to know that we're seeing it as a donation to keep the channel going, and not as payment for a reading, because I don't want this to be a pay per read event. I just want it to be, if you guys like what we're doing and you guys want to support what we're doing so we can keep doing it, great. And we really love you for that. And that's cool. If you can do it and you want to do it, that's awesome. If you can't do it or you don't feel like doing it, but you still want to be part of this, that's fine too. We love you all. That's cool. But don't think of it as I have to pay to get a reading. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because I love you all. Ken and I adore you. You guys are so awesome. We really adore you guys. Okay, so where would we like to start?
First one I've got up here is from Franny Auerbach.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Chris. Do you have a message from my husband, Darren?
Okay. All right. What I'm seeing when I'm trying to contact him right now is I'm seeing something dark and wet, and I don't know what that is. Like choking or drowning. And he's breaking through that to get to talk to me. He said he wants you to know that he's sorry. He's sorry that everything everything had to be the way it is. That he wants you to be strong, and he wants you to be strong. He wants you. I don't know if it's learn from his mistakes or to forgive his mistakes. It's kind of foggy there. And he's saying he wants you to be his good girl or his good woman. I'm hearing good girl, not good woman, but my mind itself wants to correct it to good woman. But I don't know if that's him trying to correct me or not. And he said that that I think, did he die suddenly? Because I think he's saying he wishes it didn't have to be the way it was. And usually when people say things like that to me, it means it was a sudden death. But he wants you to be strong, and and he does love you, and he's not far. He's never far, and that's what he's telling me. And do you have a parakeet or something? Because he said something about the bird. And I don't know if it's your bird or a bird around your house or something, or if you have a bird, or you had a bird that he either didn't like, or there was something between him and the bird. Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
Next we have from Al Anon. I need a reading from my ex-husband, Bruce Haker.
I wonder if we talked to Bruce before. He seems very familiar. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know why he's showing me this, but he's showing me like a knitted or something like sweater. I don't know if it means you knit, or I don't know if it's his favorite sweater. I think he's showing it to me probably as something to remind you of something, and he's kind of like not quite smiling and not quite laughing at this sweater. It's almost a grayish green, I think. And he's kind of looking at it, and he's kind of holding it like this, and he's kind of like holding it down here, and he's kind of like snickering at it. And he did you he's I don't know if you knitted it or if somebody bought it for him and he thinks it's funny. It's like a gift that somebody gave him or something at Christmas, or something like that, and he just wants you to remember the times that you enjoyed each other. You enjoyed the holidays together that were good holidays. He does it. It's like he remembers. He knows that, okay, this is getting deep. He knows that sometimes the holidays, he wants you to remember the holidays as good things. And that he wants you to remember all the times you laughed with him. And he laughs with you now. And he wants you to laugh with him. He wants you to be happy and to laugh with him, and to remember the times you laughed, because he loved it when you laughed. You had such a beautiful face when you laughed. It lit up his entire life. It just was the most amazing thing to him when you laughed. It was just seeing you laugh made his whole life. And he says he just didn't see it enough, and that's the way that's his perfection, seeing you laugh. Okay. I guess you laughed over this sweater. I don't know what the sweater means. Okay, next one, hon.
And from Darlene Billingsley. Would love to see if any of my loved ones or my spirit guides to come through with messages. Thanks, sweetie.
Okay, right away, one of your spirit guides said to me, tell her to start. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm going to quote this directly. Please don't shoot the messenger. Get off her butt and start following her bliss. Okay. And then my response to that was, don't be rude and tell her what her bliss is. Okay. You have several people around you. One of them, I believe, is a grandfather, because he's kind of slunched over a bit. He's not like standing up straight. He's a little slunched over, a bit frail. And he really loves you. He likes to be around you a lot. It's like he puts ideas, like he talks to you when you need inspiration, but he talks to you. He tells you inspiration. He tries to help you calm down when you're feeling frustrated, and he tries to give you give you oomph when you're feeling low. You have other people around you too, but they interact with you more on they're there around you, their energy around you. You can feel them in times of need or when you're lonely. You should talk to them, by the way. They are there. And I know there's maybe there's someone in your life, because I felt that there's someone in your life that, the first thought is, boy, if so-and-so hears me talking to dead people. But you can, talk in your mind to them. And if you hear any replies, relax, don't worry. Don't say, was that me replying to them, or was that me replying to myself, or was them replying to me? Don't worry. You'll know eventually. Eventually it'll be like, oh yeah, that was them. It seemed different than when I replied to my, wow, that was a lot different. And but because they do want to communicate, and boy, you've got a lot of love around you. You are surrounded by love. So much love that you're not even aware of. And you even have this, I'm going to go out on this one, because you even have pets that love you, even prior pets, like pets that have passed on, that are like, can we reincarnate as her pet? So go figure. Yeah, that's what I see. I hope that helps. Can you go to the next one now?
Sorry. Cutting and pasting here.
Oh.
Okay, from 209 Serenity. Does my grandma Julie have a message for me, please?
Your grandma Julie likes what you're doing, or likes who you're doing it with? She is happy with the direction you're going. I think you have two directions in mind. But there's one direction that you feel in your heart is the right direction, and your grandmother agrees, and she's encouraging that direction. Your grandmother is one of those people, I can see that she's not one of those people that was easily pushed around. She was a person who knew her mind, and she knows that you know your mind. She feels like you are a lot like her. And so she's like, you know the right way to go, and I agree. And she does love you a lot. I mean, that's, but you know, sure, she does love you a lot, but she also trusts, not but, and she also trusts you a lot. She knows that you're like her, and once you put your head to the right direction, you're going to go there. And she's just encouraging you to go to the right direction in your life, because she knows you have the ability to do it, and she's encouraging you. So you got a good cheerleader, is what I would say. And I hope that helps. Ooh, yeah. I have like people lined up on this end.
Okay. From Melissa Carmack and Clayton. I'd love to hear from my beloved mother, Geneva Carmack. Any advice for her?
She says, well, first off, she says she loves you, and she says that, I know every single time it's always, I love you, I care about you. I almost feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but I want to say that because I guess people need to know it too, and your spirits want me to say it. But she also says that she knows that you know in your heart, and you're very smart, but she says that when you used to come to her for advice and she gave you advice, often you didn't take her advice, but she thinks this is a little bit on this, kind of, now I'm gone, you want my advice type of thing. But she it's okay, because you know now that after someone's gone. But what her feeling on it is that I'm hearing you should go, because you know that they have, that the person, you should go because that's the only way you'll find out, for sure. And you won't, and you're very nervous about not knowing, and you're not about not knowing for sure where it's going to take you, and not knowing is often worse. And her advice for you is, it's always better, no matter what the question, no matter what it is, it's always better to go forward and find out, no matter what it is, no matter, even regardless of what the issue is. There's it's always better to move forward than to stay in one place, because you can choose to move forward and nothing good will happen. I mean, you could choose to stand still, is what she's saying. I'm sorry. And nothing good will happen. Or you can move forward into and something will happen. You can't just stay. You can't get so scared or so confused or so um, that you just stand there. It's like having a car come. This is my analogy of what she just said, my understanding. It's like a deer looking at a car coming. It just stands there. It doesn't know what to do. You know, you're better to move backwards or forwards or do something. But she knows that whatever you do, she'll be there with you and she'll help you. I don't know what your issue is. I'm not sure. It sounds like you're afraid you might be sick, but when I asked her that, she didn't make that clear to me. So it's perhaps something else. It's not my business, no matter what. I hope that whatever you do comes out well. I think your mother's going to be there to make it come out well. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for the next one.
Let me know if you want to skip over this from. It's a question of, do you know?
Don't give me a question I'll want to skip over. But go ahead.
Do you know who my spirit guides are? This is from Colin Francois.
Colleen, I know that you have several spirit guides. The one that's presenting to me right now is named Charlotte. Actually, there's a Charlotte and a Joshua that are appearing to me right now. There are, I think, at least two others. One of them, Joshua, is very, very, very focused on your health and making, and doing what he can for your health. The girl, I don't know, maybe other things, but those are your spirit guides. When I want to tell everyone this, and this is a good segue for it, when you talk to your spirit guides, just talk to them like they're people. You don't have to do big meditations to connect to your spirit guides. You don't have to say mantras to your spirit guides. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just, hey, spirit guide, this is what I need today. You don't even really need to know the names of your spirit guides. They'll answer to any name. It's nice to know the names, but you don't have to. If you decide to call your spirit guide Archangel Michael, or you decide to call your spirit guide Rover the dog, they're going to answer to it and it won't insult them. Spirit guides don't have egos, so they're not going to get upset whatever you name them. And you just talk to them like friends and they will be your friend. They're not like, so high up that if it rains, they'll drown. Their nose isn't up that high. So just talk to them. They'll be cool. They'll be fine with that. And it's a better way to connect to them. You'll feel them near you if you're open to it. Okay, next question.
Darlene Billingsley, who you answered before, says she loves your accent. I could listen to you all day. To which you respond is, do we have an accent? We can't tell. Merci, Darlene. Let's see. Sam S. Hi, do I have a message from my Nana or Granddad, please?
Who is that?
Sam S.
Sam S. Nothing nothing aside from that, they love you, they're with you, and nothing particular. I'm sorry, nothing really particularly special aside from we're here. It's you know, it's like right now they're just like saying, checking in. Yep, we're here. We love you. Hi. Yeah, that's about it right now. I wish there were more, but it's sort of just like, oh yeah, tell her we're here. Yeah, we're here. We're here for her. We're here for Sam.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, from Kathy Rader. Do spirits have a body in the afterlife?
Ah,
Question.
awesome question. It depends on where in the afterlife they are. There are different levels of the afterlife. And so if you're like there's different levels. There's like when you're first out of your body and you're a ghost, of course you don't have a body, you're a ghost. And then if you go to a spirit level, just like the spirit level just above a ghost, you're not going to have a body. But then you go to this other level where energy can turn into physicality, and that's kind of like what most people call the heaven level. You can have a physical body, and it's a physical body that is whatever age you want. Most adults pick an age around 25, 30, I guess. Hey, I'd pick 25, 30. That's a great age. Young enough to enjoy it, wise enough to know better. Anyway, especially if you get to Ken and I's age and then you go back to 30, wow, you're at an advantage. And
no pain.
No pain, all brain. And
no brain.
Old enough to know better. And then you can have a body in that area. I mean, our physical life here on Earth is not the only physical thing in the universe. We tend to think small. We tend to think just our universe, and it's not like that. So you do get like a physical body. And then so you can, and this is my understanding, and that's why people who are way on the other side talk about having things. And
from a human perspective, Chris, can we liken it to it's like for a human to have a very lucid dream where they feel that they can feel the wind or touch their own skin?
I think it would, yeah, I think this is one way we can understand it, is like when we have a dream that we wake up and it's so real that we thought we had a body. But I think we actually might. I think we do, because when there are spirit guides who have come back and have said to us, when you were there, blah, blah, blah. So I guess I'll ask some of the spirit guides more information about that, and we'll get back on that too, because that would be really cool.
And they have said there are different environments there too, one with all energy and one with bodies.
Yeah, one with bodies. Mm-hmm.
Next is from Heidi Martinez. Any messages for me from my beautiful mama Arlene, my dad Leo, or my baby granddaughter Sophia?
Sophia's very happy. Sophia's getting ready to come back into this world. I remember something like this before. You have so much love around you. When I look at you, I wish I could use my other hand. Use it too much, it hurts. You have here's you, and you have this love around you. And you have love that's very intense. And I would say that the love you have around you is very intense, like almost like some people have smooth love around them. You have like intense love around you, like it's almost a passionate love around you, not sexual, but passionate. It's like I don't know how I'd put it, but it's almost like I can't explain it. Like some people have love like roses. Some people have love like rose bushes. I don't, like rose bushes have everything, the thorns and all. And it's not that it's painful, it's that it's protective. And then other people have love like roses. It's soft and beautiful and gentle. And um, it's, this is not making sense, and scratch all that because it's wrong. What I mean is, the love around you is not only is it love, but it's intense. It's like your family that's crossed over is not just saying to me, tell her we love her. It's also saying to me, tell her we love her and nobody better get near her that's going to hurt her. Where some people's family says, tell her we love her, and if anything happens, we'll be there for her. Does that make sense to you? And but there's so much love still. Um, anyway, you're in good hands. Just be sure in your life that you're thankful to the people who have passed on before you, and let them know that you're okay, because you want them to feel comfortable so that they can relax. I mean, they are relaxed, but if something in your life feels a little edgy, like you get in a relationship or you get in a friendship or whatever, you go to the dentist and you're a little uncomfortable, they don't have to run to your rescue. Say, okay, I'm just going to the dentist, chill. you know um, I'm not saying that that's bothering them. I'm just saying it's okay to say, I'm going to the dentist. I might be nervous. Just give me some support and love. You don't have to be there like a bulldog. I hope that makes some sort of sense. I know I was all over the place with that answer, and I'm really starting to make my hand throb. I better put it down. Okay? I hope that helps.
Okay, from Carolyn Ross. Hi, does my mother, Dorothy Underhill, have a message for me? She died on May 11th, 1991.
I don't know if she has a message, but she's throwing things around the room. That was something just with flying.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can see what it is in the playback, but Dorothy definitely threw something across the room. Okay, can you read the question again without Dorothy throwing things?
Hi, it's from Carolyn Ross. Does my mother, Dorothy Underhill,
Don't throw anything. No, I'm sorry. Go
have
ahead.
a message for me? And she passed away May 11th, 1991.
Okay, all right. Dorothy, I assume, really wants to be heard. Dorothy, could you come back? I didn't mean to snap at you for your energy throwing anything. Your mother is a powerful woman to manifest something flying across the room like that just by coming into the room to talk to me. She must have been a powerhouse. And she must have been the type of woman who was very, very influential one way or another in your life. Like Yeah. Okay, Dorothy. Dorothy says everything's okay now. She wants you to know that um, she wants you to know that on her side, everything that's on her side of the damn it, everything that's on her side of the equation, on her side of the veil, if you will, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's balanced. Everything's all the ducks are in a row. And it's all the way it should be. Like it's neat, proper. Everything's like everything's in its place, and that she wants to make sure, now that you've asked, she wants to just let you know, or she wants you to let her know. And you could do this after, if everything's okay on your side, and if you need her to help you out, um she's she could do that for you. She could, but she's not aware of how much time has passed, because I just asked her, and because I said, because she said, I could do that for her. um I meant to do that. She said I was going to go, gonna go, and then I thought that maybe I'd come back and help her out, and help out. She said help out the kids, the children, the kids, and she's not aware of the time. She loves you all. She has she had some issues she's gotten over now, and she's she wants you to be happy, because now it's all gone. Anything she wants you to forgive her, and anything that she had is gone. And oh, she talks a lot. Okay. Anyway, she's going to call you later. Okay. So hang out for that. Later on, you're gonna hear from her later, one way or the other. Don't be surprised if something goes flinging through your house later. That's when you know your phone's ringing. Okay.
Flashing lights.
Flash. Yeah. With Dorothy, it probably won't be flashing lights. It'll probably be something fly through her house.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This is from Tanya Frisbee. Does my father, Lavon Frisbee, have anything to say?
He says, make sure you take care of yourself. And oddly enough, he's saying, make sure you get that damn vaccination. Was he a non-vaxxer or something, or did he die way before that? Because he's saying, get the vaccination. And he's actually the first I've ever heard say that. But I was wondering if he might have been a non-vaxxer who died of COVID, because he sounds like this is something important to him, and he loves you. He says he just doesn't want to see you or anyone else in the family get sick, and I don't. It seems important to him, and he says he loves everyone, and he doesn't want anyone to get sick, and that's why. And I don't know. I don't even know if he knows if anyone in your family has or has not been. And it's not my business. This is between you and your father. But he says that he loves you all and he wants you to enjoy life. And sorry that's heavy, but that's where he's at. But he does adore you. Okay, yeah.
From Shauna LaFerriere. My name is Shauna. I just want to know if my mother and father have any message for me, Mary and Fred Howard.
They're proud of you. Oh, and the last girl, her father did say that he's proud of them. Um, yeah, they said that they're very proud of you, and that they know you've been through a lot, and they're very proud of how you've come through it, and and they love you. They I almost heard her say, I thought your mother said she loved you, she loves you, not loved you, but she loves you, and she loves ice cream, strawberry ice cream. I don't know. Loves you as much as strawberry ice cream or something like that. And sh- she's giggling, but I don't. The reference to the ice cream must mean something, and I see them in the reference to ice cream. Psychologically, I'm going. Guess what I want? I see them, oddly enough. I see them in rocking chairs, and I see them in light colored clothes in rocking chairs. I don't know if that's where they are now. And then I see you in a like a dark navy jacket, and with a lighter shirt underneath it, like your jacket's unzipped, sitting across from them on a sofa talking to them. And that's how I see the setup. I don't know if that's familiar to you either. But yeah, that's what I see. And they seem to be very happy. So they're okay. And that's all I have right now.
Next is from Lorraine Wizar, Wizar. Are my loved ones who passed away with my boys Matthew and Daniel, who are away from home at the moment?
Do you know Matthew and Daniel are being watched by very powerful spirit guides, not just loved ones? Loved ones do take care of children, young people, and children, and um, they do take care of students. Um, they watch other family members, but more than that, the children have very powerful spirit guides that are watching them. I almost get the sense that one of them, I wish I could say both, but one of them has some kind of destiny. Um, the other one has a good life coming, but one of them has some sort of destiny, something bigger than I mean, I don't know if the destiny is something like president or cure cancer. I mean, those are always the big destinies people think when you say that. But it might not be something that big. But I see one of them having um, some kind of influence in in timeline. Um, and so they have very strong spirit guides watching them. which is really, really cool, you know. And so I wouldn't worry about them too much. You know, keep it. There's an old saying, there's an old Arab saying, it says, believe in Allah, but tie up your camel. And so, you know your kids are protected, but keep an eye on them anyway, you know. I can't believe I have an accent. Should I say park your car in Harvard Yard?
I would have to work hard to retain my Canadian accent at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, here's the next one, eh?
Yeah.
From Emma Trainer.
Uh-huh.
I hear a spirit. I don't know how to control it. I hear a man who has attached to me. I keep getting the name Chris, Chris. Am I correct? Any advice?
Now, who is this again? Let me make sure I pin on them right.
Emma Trainer. TRAYNOR.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Emma. Yeah, when you get something like this stuck on you, some kind of entity like this stuck on you, there's a few things that you can do. The first is, well, if you know someone who could pull it off of you. The second is that sometimes works is get somebody or get yourself some way to smudge yourself, and after you do that, take a nice shower. I'm sorry, my eyes are itchy. It's pollen-y out here. Get yourself, smudge yourself with smoke, and if you have real sweetgrass, smudge yourself with the sweetgrass, and then get in the shower. And when you're in the shower, say some sort of mantra of I am clear, and visualize that you are, that the shower is washing and touching every part of your skin, and anything that's attached to you is washing down out of the shower, almost like the blood in Psycho. Only this is the dark end. Stop laughing. Only this is the dark entity washing off of you. Because you're already smudged and it's all like just little crinkles, and then you wash it off. And that's one way of doing it. It could, another thing that it could be, as I'm looking, is it could be, it could be something that I'm going to see if I can take it off from here, or at least loosen it, and then you can smudge it off, okay? But I'm going to see what I can do from here. All right, I'm going to have your spirit guides start working on it now. All right, I kind of pulled it up, and now I'm going to get your spirit guides going on it. Let's see what happens, okay? All right. Yep.
Switching over. Okay, this is from Eva number 1. Any messages from my grandmother Beatrice or my grandfather Owen?
Your grandmother wants to know if you had a chance to play in the lake. You always love to play in the lake. And she wants to know if you had fun playing in the lake, if you still do that, if you still play in the lake. And your grandfather said, your grandfather's just smiling and he's just emanating love. Just emanating love. And your grandmother is, she's emanating love too, but she's just like, oh, you love to play in the lake so much. And she's seeing you as a little girl. And she just wants to know if you've had time, if you've taken time to play in the lake. Very happy. And that's what they're doing. They're just showing me you playing in the lake. So I guess that's what I got there.
This is from, the username is simply Kayla. There's no other identifying information. I don't know how many Kaylas are on tonight. Anything coming through for me?
One of your spirit guides says that you're doing really well. Are you a student? Because I think you said you're doing really well with your studies, or with your learning, and that that your guides are proud of you with that. They're looking up. And I don't know if you're a nursing student or something, because I'm seeing something like that. Maybe I have the wrong Kayla, but this is what I'm seeing, something like that. I hope I have the right Kayla, but because they're very proud of you. If I have the right Kayla, your spirit guides are like right on. Right on. You're on the right learning curve, and you're doing fantastic. I hope I have the right Kayla. If I don't have the right Kayla, then Kayla can ask a more, um, uh, like something a little that would identify her a little bit more from other Kaylas. Um, I don't know. I don't know what that would be, or to help me focus on her a little more.
Some point of unique focus. The next is from TJ Cook. Does my mother have a message for me? Her name is Judy Grawey. I'm going to spell the last name Grawey, Grawey.
Okay, the first thing I see is spaghetti. I have no idea why I see spaghetti with the sauce all mixed in, like not on top, all mixed in, or maybe like an American chop suey with spaghetti noodles. I don't know if your mother's trying to give you a message with that. I have no idea, but I don't. It hit me like a bowl of spaghetti. Um, why? Why am I getting a lot of visuals today? Um, yeah, I'm trying to get in contact with your mom. She's showing me this bowl of spaghetti with the sauce all mixed in. I don't know if she used to make that for you, and she's trying to say that it was a comfort food, and she wants you to feel comforted. She wants you to feel good. And um, I don't know. And there's just a sense of comfort. I think your mother really wants you to feel comfort and love. And I see her nodding. Yeah, comfort and love. Your mother's wants me to give you the message that she is always there to give you comfort and love. She really loves you, but she wants to give you comfort and love. If you just talk to her, reach out to her, and she will comfort you, and you can feel her comfort and love. I think especially if you eat spaghetti. I don't know. I know that sounds stupid, but I think that's part of it. I hope that makes sense. I know they're giving me a lot of visuals tonight.
The next one, it's from Don Louise Jones. Does my dad have a message for me, please?
Don Louise Jones. Okay, the first thing your dad's showing me, and I don't know if this is, again, another visual. I don't know if this is to confirm him to you, but he's showing me a plastic doll, and the legs don't bend. And it's like a hard plastic doll. The legs don't bend, and you're upset because you wanted the doll to sit down or something. It's like you were saying to him, how come the legs don't bend or something? You're upset. You bring the doll to him because everyone's sitting down like with their legs bend, and it's frustrating you that the legs don't bend, or you feel awkward because something about the legs not bending on the doll, or something like that. Like the doll is sitting like with the arms out and the legs out, and you're not happy with that. You want and he's explaining to you that that's just how the doll is. Something like that. Okay? And then he's telling me that you've always been so smart that little things that just don't make sense have always been a little hard for you. But you're daddy's girl. You've always been your daddy's girl. And you've always had that special thinking, and that no one else had, and you were very special, and you still are, and he loves you very much, and you'll always be daddy's girl. I guess next.
Next, the username is K and K and E. That's KK ampersand E. Does my father have a message for me? Sorry, did I say that? Does my grandfather have a message for me?
First thing I heard was go back to school. I don't know if your grandfather wants you to go back to college or start a new trade. I don't know if your grandfather thinks that you need. I don't know what's going on there, but the very first thing that came out of his mouth was you should go back to school. I think that he really believes that you have something better in your ability, that you're shortchanging yourself, and your grandfather is your grandfather. He's talking to me. He's a bit of a strange one, I think. He wants you to succeed even more than you want you to succeed, I think, because he has high hopes, high standards for you. And your grandfather loves you. Of course your grandfather loves you. When your grandfather's saying these things, it's not that he's saying that he doesn't like what you're doing, or he doesn't believe in you, or he's making any criticism. It's that he just loves you so much that there's no reason in his mind why you can't be president of the entire world. Do you know what I mean? Um, so, um, but he's there. He's there, and um, but he'd like you to think about expanding your education or your trade or something. It's not necessary. Your grandfather is not God Almighty, and you won't be disappointing him if you don't, because he's just on the other side, and you have to live your life, not him. He already had a life. Your life is your life. Okay? I hope that helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is from Linda McNamara.
It makes me very uncomfortable when spirits decide to put pressure on the living. It's really uncomfortable. I probably shouldn't have even said it. I'm sorry.
Next one is, we're coming up on our last 10 minutes till 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, Linda McNamara. I have been hearing booming sounds last week. Yesterday in the kitchen, I saw a metal measure cup come out of the dish drain and hit the floor. Is someone trying to contact me?
Booming sounds? Okay.
Boom sounds.
Yeah. Okay. She didn't say where she lived, did she?
No, I thought the same. I know what you're getting at.
Mm.
No, she didn't. Because depending on the type of boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she lives in New Hampshire. Is that the same person said that she had the booms? Yeah, she lives in New Hampshire. Okay, that's why you're having booms. There is a huge, huge unexplainable phenomenon going on in New Hampshire right now, where there are they seem like sonic booms, and they're going on everywhere. And they shake houses, and they're like boom, and the whole state, people are feeling them everywhere. She lives in New Hampshire.
Ah,
That explains it. Everyone around here, especially in southern New Hampshire, and everyone's hearing them. Everyone's feeling them, and the cities and the state, they ignore. They say they don't exist. They'll say nope. And if you look on seismographs and stuff, either they're hiding them or they're not showing up. But people know they're happening because their houses are shaking, and things in their houses are shaking like the cup, and they're falling and they're falling. Yeah.
We've experienced them.
Yep, we're having them here.
Occasions.
And oh yeah, all the time. And yeah, you're in southern New Hampshire. We're in the southern part of New Hampshire. And it's awful. It's absolutely awful. My dogs go nuts. They absolutely go nuts. And but nobody will tell us what it is. And we believe that sometimes it has to do with Native American energy in the area, because a lot of times we'll feel strong Native American energy surges. Earth energy, Native American linked earth energy surges just before it starts happening, maybe in the afternoon, and then it'll start happening, or maybe early morning, and then it'll happen. But it even made the newspaper once. People are reporting booms, but nobody knows what they are. And they're happening mostly in New Hampshire. At one point, they were happening down south, like in Alabama or something. But now they're happening up here. Go figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready next?
Mm-hmm.
From Tabby, Tabi, is someone on the other side trying to communicate with me?
Probably. Let's see. You know, Tabby, the best thing for you to do, the very best thing for you to do, and I've told other people to do this, the very, very best thing for you to do so you can open this clearly if you want to, is to sit down and with a pen and some paper, start with a big piece if you have it, and let your hand just, I got to do it with my left hand, I'm sorry. Just let your hand start making swirls and whatever. Close your eyes and just let it go, and see what your hand starts doing. If your hand starts drawing or writing, just let your hand go and say, and almost like a Ouija board, ask questions. Is there someone here who's trying to contact me? Who is this person? Blah, blah, blah. And it'll tell you, you'll probably, might not do it the first time, but after a little while of doing this, it'll answer the question, and you'll find out. What I think from the energy I'm getting is that it's not someone bad. And I don't think it's someone bad at all. And I think it's someone from your past who you were very close with who's passed on and you didn't even know it. I suspect that if you go perhaps look on Facebook at people you went to school with or went to, even grammar school with, who were really close friends, you're going to find who's passed away, who's come back, and, they're like, I'm here. I'm your friend. Please, acknowledge me so I can move on, type of thing.
Okay, next.
Yep.
From Kathy D. Any messages for me? My dad passed September 7th, 2016 from cancer.
Give me her name again so I can focus better.
It is, Kathy D.
Kathy. Okay, her father's a bit confused because he's asking me if her mother's still alive, if his wife is still alive. So usually I don't see that from somebody. Usually they know if somebody else has passed over in their family. He might have died on some really strong painkillers. I don't know. All right. What I'm going to get around his question. I'm just going to ignore his question, and I'm going to go past that. I don't see her either, so I'm just going to go past that. Messages.
Okay.
Yeah, he says he's telling me about how sick he had been, but how he did the best he could till the last minute. He didn't want anyone to really pity him or to and he didn't want people to know how lonely it felt. And but that's gone now. He doesn't feel that anymore, and he hopes that she didn't feel that. He hopes that he fooled everyone, not so they didn't know how bad everything was. And but it's gone now. He doesn't feel that, so he doesn't want her to feel at all upset about any of that. And because he's not he doesn't remember that. He wants her to know that he doesn't remember any of the pain, any of the hardness, any of the um, uh, rasping, or I don't any of the any of the any of it, any of the hospital, any of the the treatment. He doesn't remember any of that. It's not it's it's not important anymore. It's not part of his life. And he really wants to. He wishes that he could hug her, and I just told him he can. So I'd like her to sit quietly for a minute and be open to the feeling and see if she can feel him hug her. As a matter of fact, if everyone is waiting to to communicate with a passed on person, if they take a minute, or everyone takes a minute and relaxes and asks the person they're waiting for to talk to, and I facilitate this energy with the help of your spirit guides. Let's see if you can feel a hug from the person who's passed on. Let's see if we can get everyone to get a hug here. And get it for like 5 seconds. Okay, so now we're gonna let go. Well, I hope some of you felt that. I hope so. Okay, so I hope that helped, Kathy. I know some of my answers are not complete answers, but it's what I'm getting. Okay, next.
Okay, next is from Stav CB. Stav C space B. First name, username is Stav C. Any messages from my biological mother, Vicky, Petron, or Petron, Hope, and hope you're feeling better. Much love to you.
Oh, thank you. Do you know that even after you were adopted out, even after you were not, I don't want to say adopted out, that sounds horrible, but even after you were not in her arms, you were always in her arms. And you were always much loved. You were like many children that you had love from many directions. She just she's already she knows that she's already asked you to forgive her, and you have, and you understand. And she says you and her already talked in your hearts about what happened and why it happened. And in your hearts, she said, and in your hearts, you know that your love is real, and that life sometimes is what she just said is shit. So I'm sorry to repeat that, but but she's very, she said in I don't know how to put this. I'm not sure how the words go, because the words she said didn't, I know what she's meaning, but her words were kind of gobbled, but more or less that that because of the good that you've brought to the world, that she's glad she brought you into the world, even though at the time it seemed like it wasn't quite. No, she said it was the right thing. She said I'm misinterpreting it. Yeah, she says I'm misinterpreting it. She says now she knows everything she sees is perfect. Everything she sees is perfect, and she sees you're perfect, and that you are exactly the way God made you, and everything was the way God meant it to be, and that she loves you, and um, and she always loved you from the moment she knew you existed. And that's what I got. Sorry, it was confusing there. With my hand hurting, I'm going to end up running out sooner rather than later.
Next one is from my next username, Renhen. The question is my Claude around Maxima? We miss him.
Is what?
My Claude, Claude,
Okay.
around Max and her.
I heard him say, "Oh yes." And oddly enough, I felt like my spirit guide was interpreting that for me. I don't know if he was interpreting it as a language or interpreting it as something else, from something else. But I heard, "Oh yes." Always. Um, like bonded always. Oh yes. Um, yeah. Yeah. It's like I see gold. We're talking visual again. I see gold around them. He says, "Yes. Oh yes." And then there's a gold circle, like a shining, glittering gold ring, and around the words. Um, yeah, around the words. I don't see faces, but I see the words, and I think. I'm sorry. That's how I'm interpreting. That's how they're giving it to me to interpret. Um, but I think understanding is more important to me than visuals right now because I have to understand it. I hope that makes sense. I think everything's wonderful there. The gold is beautiful. That usually in my mind means that there's a deep spiritual thing. Okay.
There's the next one.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Colleen Francis. She's asking, who are my spirit guides? And I'd like to take a moment to send a link out here to Colleen. It is a meditation from other channel to help you find out just that.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. If you guys have a question of who are my spirit guides, and that's just what you want to know, we have a meditation walkthrough that will help you find your spirit guides. That will help you find your spirit guides all by yourself, and you actually meet them. And if you follow it and just get into it, you'll probably see them too. So if you want to do that, you can do that.
And it's free.
And it's free. Yeah. And you do it at your own pace, and you could do it more than once. You can do it as many times as you like.
Because it's free. We like free.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who are my Colleen Francis, I'll reiterate the question. Who are my spirit guides?
Thought we did this already.
We may have. We're getting to the point where we may have overlap. I'm trying to remember names as I go along here now. There are so many questions.
Yeah, that's okay. Just I want to catch everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen tonight.
Well, at least catch more people than not. Okay. You have several spirit guides. Oops. You have several spirit guides. I see 5. I'm going to see what I can do about pulling them around. Now, I know I did the talk before about you can call your spirit guides anything you want and they'll answer. Looking at some of your spirit guides, one of them is tells me that their name is Ezekiel. Okay, and so Ezekiel is what I would call the angel on your shoulder. Like Ezekiel is the guide that wants to tell you, encourage you what might be a good choice, what might be a bad choice. Not only the guide that kind of keeps out watching for you to make sure things go good in your life or whatever, you can ask Ezekiel for help, but also this is the guide that, like, if you're about to make a bad decision, and and you're not sure, you're just going through it. This is the voice. He's the voice that'll come up and say, you might want to think twice about that. So you might want to do that. And I'm sorry if you know, if I said no, if you're not the person, because it's just I'm getting very tired and I'm moving my hand again and it's starting to really hurt.
We're moving on 9:15.
Okay, 9:30 is when we have to stop because I have been getting really exhausted in the nighttime. So
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
From Sherry Nurnberger. I would like to know if my sister Kim has a message for me.
First thing I heard was something about a cat. I don't know, something about a cat, and I have no idea what that is. Um, uh, Something about a cat. Okay. Her message. She's saying something about a cat and about a chihuahua. Okay. She's trying to tell me a joke about a cat and a chihuahua, and I can't make out what she's telling me. Something about a cat and a chihuahua, and she says it's too bad because you would laugh, you would find it funny, you have a good sense of humor. And she wants you to know that she does miss you, and you were like her best friend. And even if sometimes you didn't think it, you really were her best. You were like her best friend, and she's really upset that I can't. I can't. You know, she tells it to me, and then I can't remember it. It's like in my head, and then I go to say it, and as soon as I go to say it, my mind goes blank. But she does. And she says you really are still her best friend, and and she knows things. She's just like wants you to know that, and she loves you, and she's glad that you had so much time together in this life, because you've had many lives together, and you were always friends together in one way or another. Either you were sisters, she said, or brothers, or brother and sister, or best friends from different, like grew up next door to each other or something like that. You were always with each other. And that's why sometimes you at some points couldn't stand each other, because you've just spent too many lifetimes together. And she's smirking. Okay. Next one.
Next one is from user Make Peace Not War. Does my cousin Dustin or brother Chris have a message for me?
Hmm. Oh boy. All right. I feel as I'm trying to connect to them, I feel really weird on this side of my face. Like seriously strange. Like I don't know what happened to one of them, but this side of my face feels really, really not well. Um, I don't know if somebody was in an accident and had that side of their face severely damaged or if they had a bad stroke. Um, Feels like damage. Um, I think whoever had this that's giving me this damage is afraid to contact me right now because they're afraid that they're going to make me feel hurt. And I've asked them, I'm trying to explain to them that they can. And if they pull back a certain way, I won't feel hurt if they just let me contact them. But they're nervous about that. So I'm going to try to get a hold of the other one. They're it's okay. All I'm hearing is it's okay. It's okay. We're not even we're okay, which I'm sure that that's what that means. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is okay. Um, and I'm sure it's my fault. I'm sure that I'm not making the proper connection here because I have this strange energy here. And I cannot convince them or him that I can get past this to, he won't hurt me. And then I'm not able to connect to the other one because of that. And so all I'm getting is, everything's okay. I want to give you more. I really do. But this is where I'm at right now. And maybe we can try again in a future session. But right now, I'm stalled here and I'm really sorry.
I'm jumping to somebody it's the middle of the night for them.
Okay.
It's from Dawn Louise Jones.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to ask if her dad, Colin, has a message for her. I'm going to go back.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Colin has a message for you. Um, your dad is your dad says hello, sunshine. Um, he said you're very he said he said talking to you. He said that he said he loves you. He wants you to give his regards to the family. Now he said he loves you, and he loves them all. He loves you all. Um, and that he's happy where he is, and he's going to be happy. He'll be happy until you get. He's comfortable until you get there, and when everyone else joins him there, he'll have a space waiting for you, but you don't have to rush. And he's very comfortable until you get there. And he says it's very warm there. He said, and he laughed. He said, "No, no, not that place. I'm kidding." He didn't say kidding, but he said, "No, no, that not that place, not that warm." He said, "Silly man." No, no, not that place, not that warm.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, ready for the next one.
This is from user LR. Initials LR. Can you tell me if I have abilities or any spiritual gifts I should be aware of?
Just about everybody does now. Let's see if we can focus on yours. Okay, I would think that the best way to find out what your spiritual abilities are, all right, because it's really hard to pick somebody out that isn't like wow in your face, and you have some really good probable wows in my face, okay. And I think that you do have the ability to see things that are probably what I would call in a probability range. People who say that they can see the future 100%, I tend to be a little leery of. Even like tarot cards are not 100% accurate. Because anything can change the future. But there are people who are really good at probable futures. Like they can say, well, I think I'm getting 80% this is going to happen, or 70%. I think that you have a really good ability to be able to sit down and look at the projection of something in your mind, let your psychic abilities, let your ability. Now, sometimes people say, well, I don't know how to be a psychic, or I don't know how to do this or do that. I think also you have a good ability to sense. You'll be able to start sensing when something's around you. And I think you're the type that will sense it by feeling the hair. Now, I know it's very hard to say you have hair, but you do. People do have hair at the top of their arms. It's just really tiny. And people who are sensitive will sometimes feel that hair when something's near them. Now, back to what I was saying about how to project to know the future. What you do is when you're sitting there and you're thinking what might happen, and you start to feel what might happen. You have this. You have to think out, and you start to have this feeling, and you start to realize my senses are telling me this is most probable. And I know it sounds like logically, and most of the times you might say, oh yeah, logically that's most probable, but then your mind, your feelings, that thing around you will say that's logically most probable, but I know that this is most probable. And you back that up. You can back that up with experience. Once you start to see what you feel is most probable is what happens, you start to trust that more. And some people say, well, I'm just making it up. But after time, and after time of doing it more and more, after time of that hair on your arm, or that feeling, or the buzzing in your ears you get before things happen, that you feel like are coincidence. After time, that happens over and over and over again, and you get the results that are different than what logic would expect, but are the same as what your senses say they are. you start to realize that your senses are telling you something that's different than logic would tell you. And then you know that your psychic senses is starting to work better, and you learn to trust them better. If I don't know if I don't know if I explained that right. I don't know.
Go on to the next one. We are within 5 minutes of 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to try quick answers.
Okay. This is from Emma Lou.
Uh-huh.
Does my husband Stanley Hellman have a message for me? He died a year ago, and my grandson died a month later.
Oh. Oh, I hope. Yeah.
I can't understand what's going on. Anyway,
Of COVID or something.
No, it's just later. And I very just gave up.
Yeah. I'm sure that the first thing he'll say is don't give up. Let me get back into her husband and her grandson. The first thing came out of her husband's mouth is I love you, babe. Don't give up. He said, you're too strong to give up. I need you to be alive. And he's telling you your grandson's with him. And he said also, I think he's saying Tyler's with him too. I don't know who Tyler is, but Tyler's with him too. And everyone, he said he wants you to be strong. He wants you to understand that it's okay. Don't feel guilty. He feels that you feel guilty, and he doesn't want you to feel guilty. He knows you can't just shut off your feelings, is what he's telling me. He says he knows you can't just shut off your feelings, but don't ever feel bad about what happened. It's just it's you're the one who's in the worst place, because they have gone on to a place of paradise, and you're the one left there suffering. And so don't feel bad for them. And he wants you to not feel guilty. Guilt, he just keeps talking about guilt. I guess you must feel very guilty, but don't feel guilty. Don't feel pain. He's with you. They're with you, and be strong. You can collapse. He said you can collapse and cry, but in the end, remember that you have the right. He says he wants you to you're better. He says you can beat anything, and it's okay to be strong, and that's you. He loves you a lot. No one in the world he could ever love more than you, because no one could beat him up like you. Ha ha ha. I think that's a joke. He's joking. He said that was a joke. He said you don't deserve to feel guilty. He loves you. Okay. Sorry for the short answer.
We're at 9:29. We're going to make this the
last one.
Okay, this is from Christy D. Blackwell at Normal Paranormal. My stepdad just died July 26th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Has he got a message for me or my mother, Carol? His name was Gary Miller.
Well, first off, it's taken him a little bit of time to cross over. He hung out for a little while. I just wanted to tell you because he's telling me that he said, quote, I missed the first bus, unquote, because he stayed around watching how people talked about him after he was dead. I've seen other people do that before. He wanted to know, you probably felt him around for some time after he died because he wanted to know what people were saying about him. And he wanted to know, who, I guess he was curious. Some people do that, wanted to see their own funeral, that type of thing. And then when he crossed over, now he is crossed over, and he has an interesting message. His message for you is don't forget to bring him and the other with you if you need someone to talk with them. Don't forget to bring him with you and the other guy if you need someone to talk to them to get them started. Okay? He said it's always nice to have somebody that can start a conversation if you need them. Go figure. He also says that that's what he said. And he said, he says it's not that everything's been perfect. I assume you, based on what the feeling I'm getting from him is that maybe you and him had some differences. I don't know, but it's like now he thinks that, you and him have a chance to have some fun together, I guess. Cause he's interested in playing something you do. He's interested in helping you out with it. And he wants you to know that he really does care about your mom, and that it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. He's like exuberant. I don't know how to explain it. He's like Mr. Happy Kid. Like talking to him is like trying to talk to an 11-year-old who just got an ice cream cone. I hope that helps. I know I'm my hand's throbbing now, and I'm kind of losing it. And I know I went a little over. I told Ken originally that we'd stop around 9, and we went to like 9:30. So we'll do another one soon, okay, guys? We'll do another one soon, maybe the week after next.
Sure.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody, but
I just posted something in the comments about it.
Okay. I love you guys. We'll see you soon, okay? And hey, if you guys have any ideas of what you thought about the Nasty Guy series, what do you call it? Ted Bundy. If you want to see us do like BKT or BTK or BFF or yeah, what's the letter? IRS. I don't know. If you want to see us do or some historic mysteries, we were thinking of maybe driving down to the Lizzie Borden house or something like that. If you guys want to see some stuff like that, just put it in one of the comments of one of the videos. And other than that, let us know what you think. Ken's going to do a couple of more for you guys because, I tend to move my hand a lot and it really hurts. And so besides, he's enjoying them. He did that one. He's like, wow, now I know what you're doing. So But I'll be doing another Shannon soon too. Love you guys. Besides, Shannon's going to kill me if I don't do another one soon. See you soon, guys. Love you. Bye. Sweet dreams, everyone. Or good morning, people.
Good night and good morning.
Yeah,
Thank
good night
you
and
for
good
joining
morning.
us.
And thank you for joining us. Bye.